Peace be upon you. Today we are leaving the Institute, and I have this bag for the graduate. Spoil them, my friends, spoil them. Of course, as you can see, this is a sample from the lab. God willing, we will work on it at home, and tomorrow we will bring them the results. The results will be ready tomorrow, which means the last day of work for us. The Eid holiday is coming. Therefore, I will do things for them that you will love. As the determined people do, great things happen. And as the generous people do, honor comes. They did not disappoint me with this flour, and I will not disappoint. Praise be to God. And thanks to God, I learned it here in Canada, the way of baking and the journey. The recipe, of course, 3 cups flour and a cup of water. 1 same as the 3. The water or liquid in the yeast must be equivalent to 55% of the flour. 2 large tablespoons of instant yeast. And 2 large tablespoons of sugar and water. 1. This sugar and this yeast and this 2nd spoon, and mix them together and leave them for a period from 5 to 8 minutes until the yeast reacts with the sugar, and beat it well with another yeast. Add half a small teaspoon of baking powder in the dry flour with half a teaspoon or a teaspoon of salt. Salt. And mix the dry ingredients well now. I add this liquid, which is about 55%, not exceeding 60%. Of course, there is flour, and mixing it with the yeast, of course, without oil. The oil is only placed in the yeast or the container for the yeast.
Means you spread with whose dough I get stuck mixing it with my hands, of course. I do not have a very strenuous process by hand. I just finished kneading it. Push olive oil a little in my hand like this. And I only spread its face and put it in the oven covered. Leave it in the oven. Warm because I worked a little, so it pushes, and leave it until it ferments in the oven. You are supposed to boycott it. Of course the dough has fermented, but we should have covered it with a cloth so it's not too moist. A cloth so it maintains the moisture level, doesn't break. We try to cut it evenly. Shape the dough into equal pieces like this. We leave the protrusions from the bottom and place them in the dish and cover them with plastic or a cloth so it rests for 5-10 minutes. And it rests again, then we roll it out like this. It's the roll. We roll it out in the shape of a circle as soon as we take the bowl. We press it evenly with our hands to make it into a circle shape. We roll out this side, and then we roll the roll to the other side. We flip it to the other side and bake it from the other side, like this, until it becomes circular. After you remove the dish, you will find a 100% circular dough. Put it on its side. Let it rest, and cover it with plastic. Don't forget to cover it so it rests well. I turned on the oven and let it heat up. And turn it back to the upper side. Turn on the upper side, I mean. We didn't say we'd cover it. Let's take the first one because it surely rested or fermented. Like what? We want it and put it in the oven, but how does it inflate? It will inflate evenly. You don't have to worry about the protrusion. Continue inflating the dough evenly. Balanced like we asked. See how the dough has inflated. Now flip it to the other side so. Take all sides with enough heat and take out the bread. Perfect. Meaning we take it out now. It's done. It's done. This is not enough done. The bread dough is one of the best. Where do we leave? Of course, I took 5 or more of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces, and put this and this with them. I will use it to insert them in the oven. Notice with me, step by step. I open the oven. I will do like this. I put them in, close the oven, And now let's see from here how. I will close the camera and turn it on after they start inflating. It seems they are inflating. Notice? Because they are perfect circles and the dough is covered and has taken its moisture and not cracked on the face. So it looks like this inflation, of course, in one it seems. I think it has a problem. There is a defect. It didn't inflate. That one. Anyway, good. It inflated a little, but it's okay. The rest is excellent. How are you? Now, if they're getting close, roast them and flip them.
Peace be upon you. Today we are leaving the Institute and I have this bag. These graduates are leaving. We will have a picnic with you instead of spoiling.
I prepared thyme, tomatoes, olive oil, black olives, green olives, and mint. I will stuff them in this bread. I prepared the thyme before stuffing it in the bread. We open it and put mint and this filling in it. The same idea now. This cheese is prepared with it, and this black seed, and now the bread, olives, and mint. The same idea. We will open the bread from the side with the knife and fill it. Green olives with black, with mint, with cheese, with a black seed, with a little olive oil, of course.
I think it will happen. It's a cold atmosphere, but I didn't expect that in the countryside. What is the temperature? They burned the summer residence. Let's go. Today, the result is definitely there. In this container. Today is Arafat. We finished the mission today. Thank you for the pies. In the lab, we were together early. The thing I wanted from you was successful. Share with me the joy and laugh. Today, I was fasting for Arafat Day, and I forgot. I came to the Institute and had a human break. I'm continuing my fast, or should I break it with lunch?
By God.
Advise me. Honestly, in my dream, for the first time in your life, if one forgets to eat, a simple thing today, I say breakfast is artificial once in the coffee shop later. A cup of coffee with it. I tell you that tank owners are people who can't. I mean, this one behind me. Look at a tank cuss fifth. I seized the opportunity today, better. I seized it with an Afghan guy here who sells halal meat. He slaughters by hand. I mean, a man from a group at a time when I've never eaten meat. You know me. I don't eat meat unless I'm 100% sure. They slaughtered by hand. Hello. Morning.